What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chibo97, and in my previous video I showed you how to design a mobile app using a text field, a button, and a label. So today I'm going to show you how to use constraints, and constraints are pretty much setting the correct position of an object no matter how big or what device you're deploying it onto. So if it's an iPad or an iPhone, that button or label is going to look the same across all platforms. Okay? So let's get started. If you followed my previous video, you should already have a project. Mine's called Design, so I'm going to go ahead and open that up. It's on my desktop. And you want to open up the one that has Xcode project in it. Looks like this. It's a little blue icon. Alright, now once it opens up, you want to jump into main.storyboard, and your design should look something like this, right? Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you, but constraints are very frustrating in the beginning, but once you get used to them by following my method, it should be getting really easy to you, or become really easy after. Alright, so here is my method. The way I work is top to bottom, left to right. And what I mean by that is when you set constraints, I would start by looking at this. I would start at the label because it's the top, always the top. And then I would go to the button because it's in the middle. And then I would go to the text field because it's at the bottom. It's the last one from the bottom. And what I meant by left and right is if you had two objects side by side, so you can see hello world and button, even though these are both, okay. So even though these are both at the top, I would go from left to right. So hello world, I would do the label and then the button next. Okay, but for this video, I'm going to show you how to align everything directly in the middle, horizontally. So let's get started. So the way that you can set constraints is you first have to do them one by one. So I would start off with the label here. And with these 4 buttons, you have your stack view. You can align horizontally and vertically from here, or you can pin them, which is what we're going to do. You can pin them with constraints here, or you can hit reset to suggested constraints, and Apple will automatically do it for you. I don't recommend that, but you can try it out. Everyone has their preference. All right, so let's do it my way. So we're going to go ahead and pin it. And the way we do the constraints with pinning is we want to constrain to margins. And what that means is right here, it says spacing to nearest neighbor. So this neighbor right here, this label has 4 neighbors. It has the top neighbor, a left neighbor, a right neighbor, and a bottom neighbor. And the button would be the bottom neighbor because it's the closest object to the bottom right here. And right, up, and left would be the view because there's no objects. It's just pinning right to the end of the view. Okay, if that makes sense. Now, let's get the first constraint done here. So what are we going to do first? Well, we're going to go ahead and set the top here as 22 because we want it to be 22 from the top. So no matter what device it is, it's going to automatically load by being 22 from the top. Okay? Now the next step, what should we do next? Well, let's say we want to give it a width and height. So no matter what device it is, it's going to maintain that width and height. Okay, let's go ahead and add those 3 constraints. Well, did we finish? Let's see what this error is. The error that we just got is need constraints for Exposition. So what this is saying here is we haven't put a left or right in here. We only put it from the top, but we didn't put it left or right, so it doesn't know where to go on the x-axis. So we can go ahead and fix that by clicking this and just doing horizontally in container and adding 1 constraint. Now you'll notice that all of these are blue lines now. Before we had a red line because there was an error. If you have all blue lines, that means it's good, it's ready to go, and it's going to work. Now what about the button and text field? So if we go to the button, let's go ahead and set it from the top now because we're working top to bottom. So we just want to pin it to the top because we started at the top. The top has constraints, so you don't want to work bottom. You don't want to go from the text field because the text field doesn't have constraints yet. So hopefully that makes sense. But let's go ahead and pin it 39 from the top because obviously the button is 39 from the label. So now the label's here and the button's here. So no matter what device you're using, that label is going to be 20 and change from the top, and that button's going to follow it. It's going to be 39 from that label. Okay, so the next step is we're going to do width and height again, and we're going to add those 3 constraints. And again, we have a red line, and that's because we haven't set the X constraint yet. So go ahead and set it horizontally again, add 1 constraint. And now everything's blue, everything's good. Now if you underline all of them, you'll notice that only hello world, or the label and the button, have blue lines, and the text field doesn't. So the text field is last. So let's do the same exact thing. We're going to pin it 36 from the top to from the button. We're going to do a width and a height, add 3 constraints. We're going to go ahead and horizontally in container. And there you go. Everything's blue. Everything seems happy. Everything seems like it's going to work. So let's go ahead and test it out and run it and see what we get here. Build succeeded. Let's wait a few seconds for this to deploy on our simulator. And there we go. Everything's directly in the middle. Everything looks great. And as you can see that this works because as you can see at the bottom, it says view as iPhone 7, but we're deploying it in an iPhone 5. So as you can see, everything's in the middle here on the storyboard, but in the simulator, it's actually running correctly. It looks good. So that's how you make it look great on all devices, no matter what size it is. Alright guys, so I hope you liked this video. I hope it makes sense. I would just recommend practicing a lot, maybe just throwing different objects around your whole view and setting constraints just to make sure that you get the hang of it and that they all come out the way that you're setting them to. Okay, so please leave a like, comment, subscribe if this helped you. Also check out my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.